Hey guys, Life in China with Patrick. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm actually here, just finished up my 5-mile walk. I came down to a park just to stretch and rest a bit. But I wanted to share with you some thoughts on schools and whether they were safe. I've had a couple questions about what schools were like here in China. And I thought I would just share with you while sitting here at the park, giving you a nice view of the little lake down there, the cool bridge. This is all relatively new. This whole area is relatively new. So it's nice, and I enjoy coming out here. Either way, I wanted to share with you my thoughts on schools and whether I think they are safe here in China. And I want to tell you that they are extremely safe. We have 2 children. Kian, who's not in school yet, he will be attending kindergarten or pre-K in the fall. And Guizhou just turned 10. He will be going, or he's going to the same school where my wife teaches, Toy teaches. And I've been here for 4.5, I'm coming up on 5 years, end of September. And there's not one school that I haven't seen that did not have, I'm going to get into specifics here, that did not have a fence around it. And I'm talking about like either a wrought iron fence, a brick fence, anywhere from 7 to 10 feet tall. 7 feet is about, I think, 2.4 meters high for my the people who don't do it the right way in Europe. I'm just kidding. We should be metric system, but anyways, and a lot of times on these fences, you'll see concertina wire, which is that razor wire that you would see like that the military has or that they would have at a prison. And it's not a prison, it's for safety. Sometimes you'll actually see, in addition to the razor wire, you will see an electric fence at the very top. So if somebody was actually able to manage and climb the fence, they would get caught up, shocked, and by the time they hit the ground with a resounding thud, they'd look like they'd gone through a meat grinder. These fences, they're manned by, I got this mosquito in front of my eyes, it's bugging me. I've got these fences, they have, probably 4 gates, 3 gates, depending on how big the campus is. And they're manned by 2 or 3 guards. Each one of the entrances are. And those guards have batons, they have riot gear, the shields, the helmets. They've got mace, they've got the zappers. They have everything that they need to stop a jerk from coming in and killing innocent children. It wasn't like this a couple years ago, but they recently made it mandatory that all the schools should be surrounded and protected, which is the way that it should be, right? So you've got the guards, you've got the fence. The other difference is, and I know this is it's a really hot topic on gun ownership in China, but they don't have guns here. They don't allow guns. There's an ethnic group by the name of Miao, the Miao Ethnic group, M-I-A-O. We actually went to this particular area. It was really pretty. I did a video on it. You'll have to check it out. I might post it down in I'll put a link so you can check it out to see the area and see how pretty it is. But that's the only ethnic group in China that can own a gun. There might be one other one, but the one that I know of is the Miao group. But overall, you can't own a weapon. You can't own a pistol, you can't own a shotgun, you can't own an assault rifle. And I'll tell you a little background about myself. So I grew up in Texas, Amarillo, Texas, little, relatively small country town. It's about 120,000 people. We grew up 5 miles out of town. We had guns. We had shotguns, we had 22s. We didn't really have any like major hunting guns. My dad had a 9mm and a 22 pistol. But the one thing that he taught us was, responsible gun handling, responsible gun ownership, and I'm grateful for that. And I like guns. I like plinking. I like duck hunting. I like quail hunting. I like all that kind of stuff. So I'm not opposed to guns, but I'm also not opposed to not having guns here in China. I always say, if in America, it's your right to have a gun if you want to own a gun. That is their house, their rules, right? Well, the same line of thinking, the same thinking should be, it's China, their house, their rules. They don't allow guns. And I will tell you that I feel extremely safe in this country. I've never felt threatened by anybody. even if, the times that I might have stayed out with some friends till 2 o'clock in the morning and kind of walked through some neighborhoods that I wasn't familiar with, I never felt unsafe. And I can tell you, you can talk to expat women here. There's plenty of videos of expat women saying the same thing, that they went out to party and then they went back home, went through some neighborhoods they weren't familiar with, and they felt completely safe. So it's safe here. It's safe here. The schools are safe. You don't have to worry about sending your kids to school and having some crazy jerk, he, she, them, or whoever, coming in with a vendetta, killing innocent children, killing staff, killing teachers. That kind of stuff doesn't happen here. Now, I will say they've had problems with people with knives coming in and hurting children, but with the new system they have set up with these gates and the protective measures they have in place, I haven't heard of any recently. But you're going to deal with that kind of stuff anywhere you are, but you're not going to have somebody come in and just kill 5, 10, 15 students at one time because they can't get a hold of guns. And I appreciate that. I feel safe sending my children to school here in China because there are no guns, and I don't have to worry about that. And they are protected. They've got security staff there that protects those children. So I always say, if you're kind of tired of the stuff going on in America and you want to experience something different, I'd encourage you to go through the process to get a work visa and come work in China. Come work for a corporation, come teach school for a year or two. If you've got, if you're a married couple, you've got a couple kids and you want them to learn the language, I can tell you, you will feel very safe in sending your children to a Chinese school. I think I've made my point. Not trying to be divisive or political or anything like that, but this is just some thoughts on how I feel about living here and having kids and the school system. So, hope you're doing well. We'll see you in the next video. Take care.